Welcome to Sports Map. I'm Brandon Strange, joined by ESPN Houston's Charlie Pallilo. Charlie, welcome in. Sunday, we saw the Texans drop to 1-6 at the hands of the Packers, and as thorough and complete of a thrashing as it was, Charlie, I am here to bring the positivity. So this is the game I'm going to play with you. I'm going to try to sell you on why Sunday's loss was the best thing for the Texans, and you let me know whether you're buying that or not. Point number one, Sunday confirmed who they were. No more false narratives about, the Texans hung with Tennessee. This game confirmed thoroughly who they are, and more importantly, what their weaknesses are, what they need to work on. Are you buying that?
I will buy that if the powers that be, whoever they be presently, Cal McNair, Jack Easterby, they grasp this. They pulled an upset, and they were only 3.5-point underdogs. Beat the Packers. Well, you're 2-5, and we've won 2 of our last 3, and with an additional playoff team this year in the AFC, maybe we could climb into the race. The schedule gets it. No, forget all that. You're 1-6. You're going nowhere. You're going worse than nowhere. The trade deadline arriving next Tuesday. If there is not an exigency now to dealing what you can, to recoup what you can, to clear salary cap space usable for 2021 or beyond. So I think that absolutely.
Point number 2, J.J. Watt looks good and is healthy, and also kind of seems ready to leave if you go by his short answers after the game. This is a good thing for the Texans. Are you buying that?
Sure, I'll work. We're approaching the holiday season. If there is a gift to be realized for the Texans from J.J. Watt and what is left of the back end of his prime, it's what they could command in a draft pick. And I know it would be emotionally tough for many Texans fans. You're going nowhere with him. You can't get really any worse without him. JJ's 32 years old next season at a $17.5 million price tag for next season. If there is a contender, what JJ Watt would be upset at being paroled from prison that is the 2020 Houston Texans season. If any contender offers a first-round pick, it should be obligatory that the Texans accept. I think you do it for a second-rounder. Any lower than that, well, then maybe you can debate it. But there would be a real silver lining for JJ and his aspirations to at least sniff coming somewhere close to a Super Bowl. And the Texans, a draft pick. Of course they could blow the draft pick. But you can't blow draft picks unless you have draft picks. And since they have nothing higher than the 3rd round come springtime, it would be time if you get a credible offer for J.J. Watt. Win-win, even if you think ultimately the Texans will still figure out how to lose.
The last one being timing. Going into the off week, this gives Jack Easterby or whomever is making these calls an additional time to work the phones, to make deals happen. And also it gives less time for guys to get injured on field. Are you buying that?
Existentially wondering, can you have a brain trust if there's no brain involved? From the football sense. Hey, they come out of the open week, Jacksonville, a chance to sweep the Jaguars in the season series and maybe cost the Miami Dolphins the overall number 1 pick in the draft. It's an awkward and lousy situation for everyone, other than when the game checks arrive every week. Right, the offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly, not exactly putting a grand positive imprint that he should be the mastermind of the offense going forward to continue to build around Deshaun Watson. Anthony Weaver on the defensive side. It's a house cleaning, whoever the general manager is, whoever the head coach is. So it really is play out the string. They'll win 3-4 more games, I think. But it really is meaningless in terms of, we're trying to cultivate a winning atmosphere, build some momentum for next season. None of that matters. It'll be about turning the page, Deshaun Watson, whoever else is left, and they just have to get right, a la the 49ers, who in GM John Lynch and in head coach Kyle Shanahan in 3 years were in a Super Bowl. Texans, of course, turning around that quickly is hamstrung by not having 1st or 2nd round picks next year. But the Texans are not condemned to 5 years of sucking beyond this year if they get the hires right.
For the bonus round here, I want to see if you're buying or selling this, is that Sunday we saw the most complete and comprehensive evidence that Bill O'Brien should not be allowed near a NFL football team ever again, at least in a personnel capacity, and the performances of David Johnson and respectively of DeAndre Hopkins. Are you buying that?
Oh yeah, I am buying. On the management side, I think he was a steamingly mediocre head coach, maybe the plus side of mediocre, but still steaming. His brief reign of error and terror on the executive side and personnel decisions, There will be grandchildren told what an awful 18-month, 2-year stretch it was, the damage inflicted upon the organization both presently and digging the ditch deeper that they will have to extricate themselves from over the next couple of years. It's historic stuff that Bill O'Brien did, and those who will never forgive Bill O'Brien for it, your only regret about his not being here is that he does not have to watch this team play the rest of the season.